Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. This is not a coincidence and you know it. An urgent divine interception is happening right now on your screen. You have been feeling a strange heaviness in your chest for weeks. And while you thought you were just tired, that weight is actually a spiritual alarm sounding in your timeline. Someone very powerful is looking for you. Do not take your eyes off this message. If you swipe away, you will permanently close a door that heaven just spent years unlocking. I need you to listen closely to what I am about to reveal. An insane offer is being prepared for you in the unseen realm, and it is a level of wealth and authority that will completely shock everyone who ever doubted your divine purpose. You have worked so hard for so long. You watched ordinary people get blessed while your prayers seemed to hit a ceiling, and it felt like heaven was deliberately ignoring your silent tears. You stayed quiet. You kept giving your energy to people who took it for granted. But the universe was never ignoring you. It was isolating you for this exact moment. This powerful person holds a contract with your name on it. They are not coming with a small opportunity. They are bringing a generational wealth transfer that will rewrite your family history. But there is a massive problem happening right now. You are currently entirely blind to their approach. And it is not because you lack faith or discipline. The darkness is absolutely panicking right now. They know this powerful person is stepping into your reality, so they have set up a highly sophisticated blockade to stop you from recognizing this offer. They do not want you to receive what is rightfully yours, so they want you to stay exhausted and trapped in the relentless cycle of survival forever. But God has sent this message to break that illusion. You must brace yourself for what is coming. The wealth and the connection are already in motion, yet you still feel completely stuck. You wonder why the breakthrough refuses to manifest in your physical life when you have prayed so hard. I am going to tell you the exact reason why this painful gap exists between you and your true destiny. Before we go further, I want to hold something in front of you. Something that was discovered not inside a church or a spiritual community. It was found inside a top-tier research laboratory, and it won the highest scientific recognition available. And yet, most chosen ones have never been told about it, because the elite want to keep it a secret. This discovery explains something I know you have felt. It explains the painful gap between the person you know yourself to be and the reality you are currently living. I will show you exactly what was found, but I cannot reveal it just yet. First, I need you to fully understand what was violently taken from you. You need to know how they suppressed your true power. Hold this vital question in your mind. What if your financial struggle is not a character flaw? What if the block has a scientific name that no one told you about? I will tell you exactly what it is called later in this message, but right now, you must realize the absolute severity of this divine warning. The powerful person with your offer is getting very close. You cannot afford to be spiritually asleep right now. If you do not have the right receiver turned on, this person will walk right past you. They will take the insane offer to someone else, and you will be left wondering why your miracle never arrived after so many years of waiting. That is why you must stay with me until the very end. Your future depends on it. Think about the bizarre things happening in your life lately. People from your past are suddenly trying to contact you out of nowhere. Strange numbers are repeating everywhere you look. Electronics are glitching when you feel overwhelmed. These are not random events, but rather the physical symptoms of two massive timelines colliding right over your head at this exact second. This powerful person carries the specific frequency of your breakthrough. They are holding the missing piece of your entire life puzzle. When they finally present this offer, your mind will struggle to comprehend the sheer magnitude of it. It will feel completely insane. But you must be ready to say yes without a single ounce of doubt, because heaven does not reward those who shrink back in fear. The elite forces of this world have spent decades building a matrix to keep you deaf to this frequency. They pumped your environment full of stress and fear. They trained you to constantly worry about bills and survival. They did this specifically to shut down the very receiver you need to recognize your divine offer. And for a long time they almost succeeded. But you are the anomaly. You are the cycle breaker who refused to surrender your brilliant light. Even when you were completely drained, your spirit kept reaching for the truth. That is exactly why you were selected for this massive upgrade, and that is why this powerful person was dispatched strictly to your exact coordinates. Heaven is stepping in directly. You need to take one slow breath right now. Feel the gravity of what is happening. The spiritual war over your destiny is reaching its climax today. You have an enemy who is terrified of the wealth you are about to inherit, and they will do absolutely anything to distract you before the offer is made. Do not let them steal your focus. I know exactly how tired you are. You wake up at 3 a.m. with your mind racing uncontrollably. Your chest feels incredibly tight. The weight is absolutely real. And every single morning when you open your eyes, the heaviness is already sitting right there on your chest. You push through your day, you smile for everyone else, but inside you are barely holding on. You work harder than anyone else around you. You pour your energy into your goals, but your finances refuse to grow. You watch ordinary people succeed effortlessly while you struggle for every single penny. It feels completely unfair. You see them receiving massive blessings out of thin air. Meanwhile, your own prayers seem to hit a brick wall and fall right back down. Stop letting the world convince you that you are just stressed out. Stop blaming yourself for this brutal delay. You did not do anything wrong. The intense loneliness you feel right now is not a curse. The endless cycle of financial blockage was absolutely not your fault. You are carrying a heavy burden because your spirit senses a massive shift approaching very fast. Take a deep breath and let this truth settle in. The gap between you and the people who seem effortlessly blessed is not willpower. It is not discipline. It is not even destiny. It is a brainwave. Scientists have a specific name for it. They call it gamma. And it is the exact frequency your brain was running when you were a small child. Think back to when you were young. Ideas came to you effortlessly. Learning felt completely natural. You somehow knew things long before they ever happened. The world felt like it was totally on your side. That effortless genius was your pure gamma frequency, and it was taken from you without your consent. The system deliberately shut it down to keep you small. Then adulthood arrived and things changed. The modern world went to work on you. The chronic stress began to build up. The endless screens demanded your total attention. The survival routine locked you in a mental cage. The school system trained you to conform instead of create. Every single year, this sacred frequency was suppressed a little further. It was pushed deeper into the dark. When gamma fades, your genius fades right along with it. Your intuition dulls down. The divine synchronicities simply stop happening. The deep sense that the universe is working with you goes completely silent. The version of you with lightning, intuition, and incredible luck was buried alive. You were left operating on the low beta wave of pure survival and endless anxiety. Most people will live their entire lives without knowing this happened to them. But you are not most people. And the question I asked you to hold earlier about a gap and a name, the answer is closer than you think. The block has a scientific name, and the gap between you and your potential is just a suppressed frequency waiting to wake up. This is exactly why your finances have been totally stuck. Wealth cannot flow into a receiver that is shut down. The powerful person bringing your offer cannot locate a signal that is turned off. You have been trying to manifest abundance using a broken channel. You poured all your energy into a reality that was specifically designed to drain your soul dry. You have felt different since childhood. You were always more intuitive and more aware than the others, but that beautiful gift slowly went silent with absolutely no explanation. You started to think you were crazy. You began to doubt your own sanity and your own vision, but your intuition was completely right all along. The disconnect you feel is very real. Heaven sees exactly what was stolen from you. The divine realm knows how much you have suffered in the dark, lonely nights. Your tears were never wasted. Every moment of painful isolation was recorded by the universe. The Creator allowed this extreme pressure to forge you into a brilliant diamond. You are being divinely protected while the ultimate solution is prepared for you. Do not let the exhaustion trick you into giving up. The physical fatigue you feel today is just the final symptom of an old matrix dying. Your spiritual body is desperately trying to shed the low vibration frequency. It wants to return to the natural state of pure abundance, but the resistance from the old world is heavy. It wants to keep you chained down. You are standing at the edge of a massive timeline jump. The tightening in your chest is the pressure of the new reality pushing against the old one. The strange dreams are your subconscious trying to reboot the gamma state. You are literally experiencing a biological and spiritual metamorphosis right now. This is why you feel so incredibly isolated from everyone else around you. Tap the like button as an act of agreement with what God just spoke to you. Your physical action creates a strong, energetic anchor in the spiritual realm. By claiming this truth, you signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. You are breaking the silence of the beta wave matrix. You are commanding the atmosphere to align with your divine inheritance right now. Pay close attention to what I share next. Because the enemies of your soul do not want you to know the whole truth. They want you to stay distracted by the pain, so you never notice the cure. But there is a deeper layer to this phenomenon that you must understand. The universe is about to show you exactly how the darkness operates behind the scenes. You look back at the last few years and feel intense frustration. You see heavy doors slamming shut right in your face. You watched golden opportunities slip away at the very last second. And while you watched these golden opportunities slip away at the very last second, you honestly thought the universe was actively punishing you for something you did wrong. You believed you were somehow unworthy of the massive blessings others received so easily. But heaven was never punishing you. I need you to understand the absolute truth about your painful past. The brutal rejection you faced was actually a divine protection protocol. Heaven deliberately slowed down your progress to protect you from rooms you were never meant to enter. The universe had to completely isolate you from people who were secretly assigned to drain your pure energy. Your spirit was carrying a massive destiny that required a very specific environment to grow. If you had received the wealth back then, you would have shared it with the wrong people. You would have let toxic energy attach itself to your divine inheritance. So the Creator placed you in strict divine isolation to keep your timeline completely safe. You were hidden on purpose. You always had a heart of pure gold. You are the empath who always listened to everyone else complain about their problems. You gave away your precious energy to heal people who never had any intention of healing themselves. And because of that beautiful kindness, you became a massive magnet for dangerous energy vampires. They saw your brilliant light and wanted to consume it. That is exactly why heaven had to step in and forcefully remove those counterfeit connections from your life. When those toxic friends suddenly walked away, you felt entirely betrayed. You wondered what you did wrong to make them leave. But their departure was actually a rescue mission orchestrated by your guardian angels. Heaven was strictly cleaning house for your benefit. This period of forced loneliness was not a dark curse upon your life. It was a rigorous training ground to refine your spiritual receiving frequency. The powerful person bringing your insane offer cannot hand it to a chaotic mind. Your internal vibration had to be perfectly calibrated to handle the staggering weight of the wealth that is coming to you right now. The insane offer coming your way requires a completely clear energetic field. If those manipulative people were still in your inner circle today, they would instantly try to steal this upcoming wealth. They would guilt trip you into giving them the exact resources that God arranged exclusively for you. The divine isolation guaranteed that you will protect this massive breakthrough. I know the isolation felt like a heavy tomb. You cried out for help and received nothing but deafening silence in return. But that silence was the sound of your own spiritual upgrades taking place in the unseen realm. You were being rewired from the inside out. Your spiritual immune system was being upgraded to reject any toxic interference from the outside world. This is why you have been feeling physically exhausted during this long waiting period. Your body was processing years of deep emotional trauma while simultaneously upgrading your entire nervous system. The tightness in your chest was just the old survival programming being ripped out of your subconscious mind. You were being prepared for a completely different timeline. Think about the old version of you for a moment. You used to apologize for shining too bright. You used to shrink yourself down to make other people feel comfortable in their own insecurities. That version of you could never sustain the kingdom-level wealth that is currently on its way. The universe had to ruthlessly break that people-pleasing habit forever. The delay was strictly a matter of divine timing and frequency calibration. You had to learn how to stand entirely alone before you could lead the masses. And you needed to master your own internal reality completely before you could safely manifest the physical abundance that is yours. And I am here to tell you that you have officially passed the test. The long season of painful waiting is finally over. Your energy is now pure and highly magnetic. The divine isolation has successfully purged the desperate beta waves of survival from your immediate aura. You are vibrating at a completely different altitude now. But there is a very dark reason why the wait took as long as it actually did. The delay was extended by outside forces actively plotting against your rise. The system saw your light getting brighter in the dark. The dark entities monitoring your progress realized that your divine isolation was actually making you stronger. They panicked when they saw your frequency shifting back toward the genius state. So they deployed a hidden mechanism to hijack your mind and keep you locked in a state of endless exhaustion. You must realize how incredibly powerful you are to attract this much resistance. Ordinary people never experience this level of spiritual warfare because they pose absolutely no threat to the Matrix. But your specific energy signature is a massive danger to the dark system. They hoped the crushing loneliness would force you to settle for a mediocre life. But you stubbornly refused to let the darkness extinguish your internal flame. You kept searching for the hidden truth, even when your physical body felt totally drained. God watched your incredible resilience with immense pride. And because you refused to quit when things got hard, your steadfast loyalty has triggered a massive spiritual compensation package in your name. But you need to know exactly who tried to keep you trapped in the dark all these years. There is a hidden mechanism operating right behind the scenes of your daily life. You need to pay very close attention to what I am about to expose next. The truth about this dark spiritual matrix will completely change how you view your entire past. The people who drained you were not just bad friends. They were active agents of a dark matrix. It was designed to keep your frequency extremely low. The system intentionally sent narcissists into your life. They wanted to constantly trigger your anxiety. They needed to keep you entirely off balance. And every time you tried to rise above the chaos, they manufactured a brand new crisis to drag you right back down into survival mode. They desperately needed you to stay trapped in beta brainwaves. Beta is the frequency of pure fear. It is the vibration of endless stress. When you are constantly worrying about paying bills and fixing other people, your brain simply cannot access the higher realms of divine wealth. The elite architects of this world engineered modern life to be a giant noise machine. It was built specifically to jam your pure spiritual signal. They are absolutely terrified of what happens when a chosen one finally wakes up. A fully activated empath with boundaries is a massive weapon of light. The darkness cannot control that kind of power. So they flooded your daily environment with toxic chemicals. They surrounded you with highly toxic relationships. They wanted you so exhausted that you would simply give up on your massive dreams and accept a mediocre existence like everyone else. But their highly sophisticated illusion is completely shattering right now. You are finally seeing the invisible cage. You realize it was built around your beautiful mind. The moment you recognize the trap is the exact moment it loses all its power over your future. Type 777 down in the comments to claim this alignment. You are officially declaring your independence from the low vibration matrix of fear and lack today. Before we go any further, I have to tell you something crucial about this trap. It is something the people who profit from your exhaustion do not want you to know. A team of neuroscientists working quietly away from the headlines have discovered a secret. They found out how to bring this dormant brainwave back. They figured out how to reactivate your genius state without years of meditation that most exhausted people simply cannot sustain. They did not use expensive biofeedback machines. Those devices cost $7,000 in a clinical setting. They found something far simpler. It is far more aligned with how you were originally designed to work. It is a specific sound frequency engineered to guide your brainwave patterns directly back to the gamma state you were born with. And prestigious institutions like Princeton and Columbia have already validated this incredible phenomenon. They found that when this sacred brainwave is restored, a miracle happens. It radiates outward and begins positively influencing the people around you. 7 minutes a day is absolutely all it takes. It begins working the very first time you close your eyes and listen to it. I will tell you exactly what it is called and how to access it before this message ends. But first, there is something else you urgently need to know. The elite want to hide this amazing truth. A restored, chosen one cannot be manipulated ever again. When your gamma frequency is fully online, you change. You immediately spot the liars and the energy vampires before they even speak. You become completely untouchable to the dark forces that used to ruin your peace of mind. That is exactly why they are trying to flood your timeline with cheap distractions right at this very moment. They know the powerful person I warned you about is getting closer every single day. The insane offer meant to rewrite your family history is hovering right above your physical reality. The enemy wants you to stay completely blind to the divine synchronicities. These signs are actively mapping out your new path. They want you looking down at the dirt instead of looking up at the massive blessing arriving. But your physical body is already detecting the profound shift in the atmosphere. You are feeling sudden bursts of energy. You experience strange moments of deep stillness. Your intuition is practically screaming at you that something enormous is about to break wide open. These are the undeniable symptoms of a timeline jump happening right inside your living room. The matrix is losing its grip on your divine soul forever. The due-side informations, you must keep your eyes completely open from this exact second forward. Heaven is dropping physical clues all around you. They want to prove this spiritual shift is real, but you have to know exactly what to look for to recognize the powerful person. If you miss the specific signs they are sending, the door might close again. Pay very close attention to this next part, because it will reveal the exact, undeniable signals of their arrival. The powerful person is not going to announce their arrival with loud trumpets. They are moving quietly through the divine channels. Only a highly tuned spirit can actually perceive them. Your enemies are hoping you will be too distracted by the daily grind to notice the subtle changes in the wind. But the universe has armed you with the exact awareness you need to see right through their desperate illusions. The universe does not send letters to announce a massive blessing. It violently alters your physical reality to make room for it. You are experiencing very strange physical phenomena right now. These daily occurrences are absolutely not random coincidences. They are the undeniable symptoms of a kingdom connection stepping directly into your timeline. You are the cycle breaker, getting ready to receive. The first major sign is the sudden and terrifying silence around you. The chaotic noise of toxic people has mysteriously vanished. Your phone is strangely quiet these days. You might feel lonely, but this is actually the universe clearing the atmospheric interference. The powerful person bringing your insane offer needs a totally clear runway to land safely in your life. The second sign is happening right inside your physical body. You get sudden goosebumps completely out of nowhere. You feel a strange but comforting warmth spreading through your chest during random hours of the day. This happens because the staggering frequency of the massive wealth transfer is literally colliding with your physical nervous system. Your body is rapidly adjusting. The third sign is the overwhelming presence of repeating numbers. You look at the clock and see 111. You look at a license plate and see 777. These numbers are absolutely not random events. They are the exact spiritual coordinates being locked in for your upcoming meeting. Heaven is mapping out the precise intersection for this divine offer. The fourth sign is your sudden detachment from old desires. The things you used to cry over do not matter to you anymore. You simply do not care about the trivial drama of ordinary people. The universe is rapidly upgrading your spiritual appetite right now. You no longer crave the tiny crumbs of survival because an insane offer is finally sitting right on the table. The fifth sign is a profound feeling of being watched by pure benevolence. A deep sense of absolute safety is slowly replacing your old panic. You walk into a room and you feel an invisible shield surrounding your energy. The master of reality knows that divine protection is already active. This powerful person is sending their high vibration ahead of their physical arrival. You must understand the staggering magnitude of what is approaching. This is not just a tiny financial boost to help pay your current bills. This is a generational wealth transfer that will permanently rewrite your family legacy. The physical signs you are feeling right now are the absolute proof that the spiritual contract has already been signed in the heavenly courts. When this powerful person finally appears, you will know them instantly. They will not trigger your anxiety or drain your precious energy. They will recognize your brilliant light the very second they see you. They are carrying the exact missing piece of your massive destiny, and they have been searching for the chosen one with your specific energy signature for years. Your intuition is already confirming every single word I am speaking to you. You feel that slight pull in your spirit right now. That is your internal compass pointing directly at the incoming truth. The heavy storm you survived completely alone has finally passed. The massive dark clouds are breaking apart to reveal the staggering reward you earned in the shadows. But you are standing in the most dangerous hour of the entire journey. The period right before the massive breakthrough is always the most heavily attacked. The darkness knows exactly who is coming to bless you. They can see the wealth transfer moving rapidly into your physical dimension, and because they cannot stop the powerful person, they will try to trick you instead. The enemy is desperately setting up a highly sophisticated counterfeit to derail you at the very last second. 99% of chosen ones fall for this massive illusion right before their true dawn arrives. They accept the fake offer and completely miss the divine blessing. I have to warn you about this fatal trap before we go any further. It is a matter of survival. If you fall for this dark trick, you will hand your massive inheritance right back to the system. You will reset your timeline and start the painful waiting process all over again. You cannot let the old matrix steal your crown at the finish line. Pay extremely close attention to what I am about to reveal next. This hidden trap will arrive looking exactly like an answered prayer. You must prepare your mind for the ultimate test of your spiritual discernment. The counterfeit will wear the mask of everything you ever wanted. It will speak the right words to trigger your deep empathy. But underneath the shiny surface lies a trap designed to drain your restored frequency. You need the exact blueprint to expose their lies before they take root. Take one more deep breath and anchor yourself in the truth. You are not the weak empath anymore. You are an untouchable weapon of light. And heaven is going to show you exactly how to navigate this final, dangerous minefield. Listen carefully, because the shadows are making their final desperate move against your destiny right now. Do not ignore this next warning. The fatal trap I warned you about earlier is already moving into position. The dark system cannot stop the massive blessing from reaching you, but they can certainly try to trick you into dropping it before you realize what it is. They will send a highly sophisticated counterfeit to intercept your timeline. You must know the exact signs of this demonic interception. They will use people you already know. The enemy will borrow the face of someone from your past to bypass your spiritual defenses. But a familiar face carrying a fake apology might just work to pull you back into the dark while your guard is completely down. Listen carefully to these 3 undeniable signs that the enemy is testing your boundaries. Number 1. The counterfeit will appear suddenly out of nowhere. You will hear from them right when you finally feel completely at peace. You spent months healing your broken heart, and you finally stopped crying over their brutal betrayal because you realized your incredible worth. And the very second your energy clears up, they mysteriously send a message. This sudden return is not a coincidence. It is a calculated spiritual attack designed to drain your restored frequency. The Matrix detects that your light is shining bright again, so they deploy an energy vampire to plug right back into your aura while you are distracted by your massive breakthrough. Do not reply. The sudden reappearance is a test. Number 2. The counterfeit will always create an intense feeling of chaotic urgency. When the true, powerful person arrives with your divine offer, they will bring profound peace. But the fake opportunity will constantly demand immediate action because they want to force a terrible mistake before you can think clearly. They will pressure you to panic. The darkness thrives on your anxiety. If they can force you back into beta brainwaves of pure fear, they can easily manipulate your choices and ruin your amazing future. They want you to rush blindly into a trap before you can consult your higher intuition. A healed person no longer tolerates confusion. You must stand completely still. Number 3. Your physical body will violently reject their presence. You might smile and try to be polite when they speak to you, but inside your chest, your heart will start racing with heavy dread while your stomach completely tightens up. You will feel instantly exhausted after just 5 minutes of listening to their toxic voice. That is your alarm. Your intuition is literally screaming at you to run away. That sudden drop in your physical energy is the ultimate proof of a counterfeit. The real chosen one knows how to trust their gut feeling without asking for a second opinion from anyone else. When your body tells you that someone is highly toxic, you must believe it the very first time. These 3 signs are the ultimate decoder ring for your current reality. You now have the exact blueprint to expose the fake offers. The fatal trap is the sudden appearance of a toxic counterfeit from your past, reaching out right when your real blessing is at the door. Do not respond to them under any circumstances. That silent rejection is the final test. By ignoring the counterfeit, you prove to heaven that you are finally ready. You prove that you value your divine isolation more than familiar pain. You are no longer the empath who begged to be understood by toxic people who only wanted to use you for their own selfish gain. The crucible of pain has forged you into the untouchable master of your reality. But exposing the fake offer is only the first half of the battle. You still need to receive the real powerful person who is waiting for you. And to do that, You must completely override the chaotic noise of this world while keeping your heart totally open to the genuine blessing. You need to permanently lock your brain into the exact frequency of divine wealth. The elite forces want you to stay distracted by these counterfeits forever. They hope you will waste your precious time fighting demons instead of claiming your throne. But your spiritual eyes are completely wide open today, and you can see right through their pathetic illusions before they even have a chance to speak. You are officially ready. This is where everything starts to make perfect sense. The long waiting season was absolutely necessary. The sudden appearance of the fake opportunities was just a pathetic final attempt to steal your crown before the true divine offer arrives. I am going to reveal the massive secret that researchers found. It will change your timeline tonight. Prepare your spirit for what comes next. The true kingdom connection is standing right at the threshold of your physical life. They are holding the generational wealth transfer that will vindicate your endless tears. You have survived the massive storm completely alone, and now it is finally time to collect your ultimate reward and step into the brilliant light. The question I asked you to hold at the beginning of this message is finally ready to be answered. You have waited so long in the dark. You survived the intense spiritual warfare completely alone, and now heaven is pulling back the curtain to reveal the ultimate truth. What if the massive gap in your life is not a character flaw? Here is the absolute truth you have been waiting for. The hidden mechanism that blocked your prayers for years was never your lack of faith. It was the constant heavy hum of survival beta waves. And tonight, that toxic signal is officially being overridden. The powerful person I warned you about is standing right at the threshold of your reality. They are holding the massive wealth transfer that will completely vindicate your endless tears. But wealth cannot flow into a receiver that is shut down. A specific brainwave called the gamma wave was running in you as a child at genius-level capacity. And when that wave is restored, the door flies wide open. Princeton University has studied this exact frequency. The Einstein Center in Berlin confirmed it. Columbia University found that when this brainwave is restored, it radiates outward and begins influencing the people you love. A team of neuroscientists led by Dr. Robert Lake in New York spent years working on this. They compressed the full clinical protocol for gamma reactivation into exactly 7 minutes. Before I tell you what they built, let me tell you about 2 people who used it. A woman from California had tried absolutely everything to break her spiritual block: meditation, manifesting, prayer. But nothing broke the heavy fog. After 2 weeks of listening, she said something completely cleared. Not that she tried harder, but that the channel simply opened. Her marriage shifted. Her mind sharpened. She described her life as enchanted for the first time ever. A man from Texas started using it to improve his business focus. 2 months later, his wife joked that his IQ had jumped 20 points. The hardest problems he used to lose sleep over started solving themselves while he slept. He said it felt like his brain was finally running on what it was always supposed to run on. That is because of what the researchers I am about to name discovered. That is what Dr. Lake and his team built. They call it the Genius Song. It is not a meditation app. It is not a generic sound frequency you find online. It is a 7-minute audio track using advanced brain entrainment technology. It is compressed from 1 full hour of clinical protocol into something you do at home with headphones and closed eyes. You do not meditate, you do not chant, you simply let the frequency work. The Genius Song is not for everyone. It is strictly for the chosen one who has already done the inner work. It is for the rare soul who understands that what is being blocked is not their faith, but the frequency through which both of those things are supposed to move. If your spirit confirms this is for you, the path is now completely open. Biofeedback sessions to restore this state cost hundreds of dollars per hour in a clinical setting. An in-home machine runs thousands. What the Genius song delivers in 7 minutes is available to you today for a fraction of its true value. 4 powerful bonuses come with it. An audio designed specifically for your children's focus and confidence. The original prosperity text that the secret was secretly built upon. A guided visualization. And a daily habits guide built to sustain the gamma state beyond each listening session. Here is the deeper truth about waiting. The blessing that has been arranged for you does not arrive as new information. It arrives as a profound recognition. Something already placed in your path becomes visible when gamma is restored. The chosen one who restores the receiver today does not receive something new. They finally see what was always there. Waiting is not neutral. Do not look for this on YouTube or Spotify. The tracks circulating under similar names on those platforms have absolutely no brain entrainment technology encoded. The only authentic version is available through the link that has been placed in the description and the pinned comment below. The universe requires no risk from you. If you do not feel the shift, every penny is returned. That is an energetic exchange governed by complete trust. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment below. The tool is not the destination. The tool restores the receiver so the destination can be recognized when it finally arrives. God does not require you to purchase anything to be loved or chosen. What was described is simply one way the receiver is restored. Whether that path is for you or not, the truth of this message belongs to you entirely. Now let us go deeper into what is waiting for you. You are about to experience the greatest energetic shift of your entire life. The heavy chains of the matrix have completely shattered on the floor. Your long divine isolation has successfully purged the toxic darkness from your precious aura, and the powerful person carrying your generational inheritance can finally see your brilliant light shining like a beacon in the cold night. The massive storm you fought through is officially over. You are no longer the empath who begged to be understood. The intense crucible of pain has finally forged you into the untouchable master of your reality. From this exact moment on, your energy demands absolute respect without a single word spoken. The divine wealth you were promised is flowing effortlessly into your new timeline, and it will permanently rewrite your entire family history. You are totally and completely safe now. The heavy storm is completely behind you. The silence after the storm hits completely different when you realize you were the storm all along. Your enemies honestly thought your silence was a sign of terrible weakness. They thought they had successfully broken your spirit when they pushed you into total isolation. But they made a massive and fatal miscalculation because they completely misunderstood your divine assignment and deeply underestimated your incredible spiritual strength. They did not realize that your deep solitude was actually your ultimate training ground. You did not break under the crushing pressure. You evolved into something completely terrifying to them. Now your presence alone shifts the entire atmosphere of any room you walk into. Your silence has become a brilliant weapon that terrifies them to their very core, and they desperately wish they had never crossed your path. They can no longer manipulate what they cannot access. You do not have to fight them or explain yourself ever again. A healed person no longer tolerates terrible confusion disguised as love. You no longer tolerate blatant disrespect disguised as honesty. The universe has already prepared a massive table for you right in their presence, and they will simply have to stand back and watch you rise. You became the absolute weapon you were trying to survive. The powerful person bringing your insane offer is walking into a completely cleared path today. Every single closed door in your painful past was just God hiding you until you were truly ready. Breathe that amazing truth into your spirit right now. You have officially passed the brutal test of faith, and heaven is rolling out the red carpet for your long-awaited arrival. Do not let anyone tell you that your massive dreams are impossible. The sleeping masses around you will never understand the profound depth of your divine calling. They will look at your sudden rise and call it incredibly lucky. But you know exactly what it cost you to reach this glorious peak. You paid for this heavy crown with endless tears in the dark and lonely hours, while the rest of the world was comfortably sleeping in their beds. They do not hate you for shining so brightly. They hate you because your brilliant light exposes their hidden darkness. The universe is completely aligning your physical reality with your highest internal frequency. The old toxic patterns of your bloodline are permanently broken tonight. You are the definitive break in your generational curse that your family desperately needed, and your victory will echo through time forever. Your future descendants will endlessly thank you for standing strong. What your family called a dark cloud had a specific frequency address, and now it is completely gone from your blood forever. You survived the deepest waters without drowning, and because you held on to your faith in the dark, heaven is rewarding you with a massive harvest that will completely shock the entire world. For the chosen one whose spirit confirmed what was described earlier, the path is still open. The frequency tool remains available in the description and the pinned comment for those who are truly ready. That is the last time it will be mentioned. What follows now belongs entirely to your sealing. This final glorious moment is strictly between you and the divine creator, and you must protect this sacred energy with everything you have. The pitch-black darkness has retreated completely behind you. The dawn of the new era is shining its brightest rays directly onto your spiritual crown. You must lock in this glorious frequency right now before the enemy tries to distract you again. You need to create an absolute shield of divine protection around your upcoming wealth. Heaven is watching your response in this exact second, so you must act with the bold confidence of a true spiritual master. The dark enemy desperately wants you to close this video right now. They want you to walk away without locking in your miraculous blessing. Do not let their greedy shadows block your massive generational wealth transfer today. When you boldly claim your divine alignment in the physical world, you prove to the universe that your hands are completely open to receive. You are a pure vessel ready for the ultimate prize. If this fiery message has reignited the powerful faith inside your soul, do not keep this great blessing to yourself. There is a rare soul out there bleeding in the dark of despair. They are desperately needing a guiding light to survive the long night. Share this message with them immediately. Sowing the seed of hope today massively multiplies your own upcoming blessing, and it proves that your heart operates on pure divine love. Share this video to activate the powerful anointing over your own timeline. Tap the like button as a physical act of absolute agreement with heaven. Type 777 down in the comments to permanently seal this victorious reality right now. You are the chosen one. Your wait is officially over. The kingdom is finally yours, so go forward and boldly claim your massive inheritance today.